Well, good morning. My name is John Chan. I'm with the City Manager's Office, and it is my honor to welcome you to 100 West Washington, the future headquarters building of the Phoenix Police Department. In late 2001, the City of Phoenix acquired this property from Wells Fargo, and since that time, a city staff team has been working along with our architects, general contractor, and owner's rep on refurbishing some of the building's core infrastructure, space programming, design, and construction documents. Today marks the next major milestone of this project as we begin the first phase of tenant improvements, which will consist of a new 911 call center for the Phoenix Police Department's Communications Bureau. The new 911 call center will be a modern, state-of-the-art facility housed on the top 3 floors of this building. To my left are some of the renderings of what the completed space will look like. Completion of the call center is expected next summer and will be followed closely by the second phase of construction. So when fully complete in 2025, this facility will meet the future needs of the Phoenix Police Department for the next 20 years. Today we'll be hearing from key City of Phoenix leadership who, without their support, this exciting project would not be possible. I will introduce our speakers in advance in order of appearance. Our first speaker will be Mayor Kate Gallego. Mayor Gallego was first elected to the Phoenix City Council in 2013, and in 2019 she became the mayor of the 5th largest city in the nation. She has been a champion for job creation, investment, and sustainability, and has been a strong advocate for public safety and our first responders. She will be followed by Vice Mayor Yasmin Ansari, who represents Council District 7, where this facility is located. We'll also hear from District 1 Councilwoman Ann O'Brien, the chair of the City Council Public Safety and Justice Subcommittee, Councilman Kevin Robinson, who's District 6, who served on the Phoenix Police Department for 36.5 years before retiring as an assistant chief. Chief Michael Sullivan. Chief Sullivan was sworn in as the chief of the Phoenix Police Department in October of 2022 and is a 28-year law enforcement veteran. And our last final speaker will be my boss, City Manager Jeff Barton. Mr. Barton has been with the City of Phoenix for 24 years, and in 2021 he was named the City Manager, where he leads a staff team of more than 14,000 dedicated city employees. I'd also like to acknowledge a couple of our council people who are here in the audience with us today. District 2 Councilman Jim Waring, District 3 Councilwoman Deborah Stark, and District 4 Councilwoman Laura Pastor. So with that, please join me in giving a warm welcome for Mayor Kate Gallego. Mayor.
Thank you, John. Thank you for your leadership of this project, and congratulations to your team. It's been a lot of hard work to bring forward this very important project for the City of Phoenix. Today is a big day for modernizing public safety in the City of Phoenix. We will have a great building that has the most modern technology to make sure that we can deliver for our residents. We want our 911 dispatchers and their team to have a high-quality facility with as much connectivity as possible so that they have the best information and can deliver for you. We believe this building will help us attract top-tier talent. Who would not want to work in a great building with wonderful views in our downtown? It was time for an update. Our existing police headquarters and 911 call center did not meet our standards, and so today marks a very important step forward in delivering the type of building that our citizens need and our employees deserve. It will be a hub for innovation equipped with advanced technology and modern amenities. I want to thank all of our business partners who are making it possible. Too many to list, but to highlight a few, thank you to our owner's representative. Thank you to the folks at Oakland who are going to deliver a top-tier construction project. Arrington Watkins, thank you for the amazing design, integrating, and keeping some of the important elements that people love in the skyline, but adapting to very different needs. To Maria Salinger, thank you for your work on incorporating art that meets the unique needs of both our downtown and the public safety elements. A lot of the art will be along the promenade so that people just walking by in our downtown can enjoy it, including some elements for our youngest to climb on, which, as the mother of a 6-year-old, I know is how they will get used. But the building will also celebrate our iconic mountains in the city of Phoenix, which you can see depending on which side, where you are viewing from. So it will be hopefully a building befitting of our wonderful downtown, a safe building that really functions at a very high level. Thank you to everyone who's been working forward on this. And now I get to welcome up the woman who represents this area, our Vice Mayor Ansari.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Mayor Gallego. Thank you to all of you for being here today. It is so exciting that we are finally going to be really kicking off the beginning of our new police headquarters in downtown Phoenix. And I'm very proud that this headquarters is in District 7, which I represent. In addition to everything that the mayor mentioned, I want to share a bit about how this new police headquarters is grounded in our commitment to sustainability and meeting the goals that we have outlined in our Phoenix Climate Action Plan. This deal included millions of dollars worth and many tons of existing furniture, which actually avoids putting this furniture in landfills at the City of Phoenix and significantly reduces the need for the city to procure newly manufactured items. Additionally, items that won't be needed have been repurposed to go across our city at our community centers, at our libraries, again, saving the city critical financial resources. The city has also installed a water treatment system for the cooling towers, which will conserve water. A very similar system was installed at Phoenix Sky Harbor, and it has resulted in saving approximately 10 million gallons of water annually for the city. I was proud to champion and support the adoption of our climate action plan, and I'm really glad to see that we are looking to make sure that every single investment that we make as a city aligns with the variety of commitments that we have made. This project is a win for sustainability, but also a win for working conditions for our colleagues and for all of the staff who will be working here, and you will hear more about that from some of my colleagues. And with that, I'll pass my time to Councilwoman Ann O'Brien. She chairs the Public Safety and Justice Subcommittee, and I was very proud to serve with her for a couple of years on that. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here with us today. A new police headquarters has been needed for a few years now. To put it in perspective, our current headquarters was built in 1975 when I was still in grade school. And the condition of that building is such that when I came onto the council a few years ago, our police chief would not give me a tour. I still have not had a tour of headquarters, although city manager Jeff Barton has offered to take me there now to tour it. I couldn't be more excited to have supported this project. First, because our 911 operators and our communication bureau desperately needs a new location for work, so they will get to move in first into the top floors and have incredible views. I did get to tour this building before we started renovations up there. However, it is needed for our entire police department. The current headquarters is undersized. For example, in 1975, we were 600,000 people in Phoenix when we built that. We are more than almost 3 times that amount of people today, so it is certainly time for us to have a headquarters that reflects this city's stature in the country. So I'm excited to support this project and to be here today for the groundbreaking. And now I'd like to introduce one of our newest members, Councilman Kevin Robinson.
Thank you, Ann. Ann made mention of the fact that she was in grade school when the old building, 620 West Washington, opened. I was in high school. Then a few years after that, I started with the Phoenix Police Department. And since it was mentioned, I'm going to give you a little bit of perspective, a little bit of history on the old gray lady down the street, 620 West Washington. This building is replacing it. This is an exceptional building. The city manager and the council at the time made some exceptional decisions in purchasing this building because it will be able to be a state-of-the-art, as was mentioned, for law enforcement, which is so critical to our community. But the old building, 620 West Washington, for those of us who are a little bit longer in the tooth than everyone else, I'm just talking about myself here, that building, in the basement of the building, was communications on one side. On the other side was the crime lab. On the other side from there, across the sally port of the garage, was Property Management Bureau and Computer Services. If you guys in the back remember, no, you guys, I know you guys don't remember that. But anyway, you know, it's just kind of interesting to see how things have evolved. On the top floor, the fourth floor, which is now the fourth floor with the police chief's office and stuff, at one end was fire dispatch. The other end was fire administration. The other end was police administration. And on the third floor was the city prosecutor's office. You know, folks don't understand the relevance of what that building meant in the history of Phoenix, but this one will now take up that history and take us even further. Because now we have a corridor. We have police headquarters, city hall, then city courts right next to it, with the Calvin Good building and other city facilities all around it. So this is a great opportunity. It's a great moment. Welcome the opportunity for the police department to move in here. Looking forward to the future, and I'm sure there's a second grader out there right now or something like that who will one day stand up here when they're remodeling this facility or doing something. But this is a great opportunity. It's a great facility. And again, congratulations to the city manager, the mayor, and the city council at the time that had the wisdom to look forward and to make a purchase such as this, and now put the necessary funds into it to make it a state-of-the-art facility. So with that, I will introduce the police chief, Michael Sullivan, and let him say a few words. So thank you very much.
So good morning, everybody. Come on, we're celebrating here, right? I mean, look at this place. You know, I always say my favorite days are graduations, promotions, and awards as a police chief. I think I'm going to have to add wall breaking to that list. It's something that I've never done before. This is an exciting day. I'm going to tell just a real brief story. So when you come into the police department, you get an employee number. That employee number goes on your badge. And it's, you know, the sequence as you come into the department. My badge is 11620. Headquarters is at 620. I mean, hope to be the last police chief in that building and occupy this one. So I have to start by thanking everybody that made this possible. Our city manager's office, Mayor Gallego, thank you so much for your leadership, and all the city council members. This would not have happened without you all. Thank you so much. This is an incredible day. We're investing in the future of this community. But we're really showing the first responders how we value them. And I think that's so important, and so important today to make sure the people that do this special work, from our 911 operators to our professional staff to our officers, understand how much they are valued. Thank you for what you do. I try to get around and talk to as many folks as possible. They don't get to see what I get to see when I go out into the community all the time. And that's really important for them to understand. And I think this is a tangible piece and showing of what that really, really looks at. So this has been a collaborative effort between the 100 West project team and the police department all the way through. We've worked extensively together to make sure the workspace is functional and has all the important things that staff needs to be able to do this very, very important work. This facility is befitting of the fifth largest city in America, and the police department can't wait to occupy and help keep the citizens of Phoenix safe. So thank you so much. It's my honor to introduce the best city manager in America, Jeff Barton.
Good morning, everyone. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up. So since we're telling dirty little secrets, in '75, I think I was still running around in Pampers. But no, on a serious note, as a former city auditor, or as a former auditor who spent much of his time in a dark, obsolete places being hidden because nobody wants to work with you, I really understand the critical nature of a facility like this. So I want to thank the mayor and the council for investing in our employees, because this will go a long way to boosting morale. And like the chief said, it is very fitting of the 5th largest city in the country. The other thing, as former budget director, I also like to revel and marvel in efficiencies and savings. So this facility will do a lot of that. We will consolidate a lot of functions. Primarily, we'll move over our records center, our records bureau from Sky Harbor Center. That alone will save us hundreds of thousands of dollars. So by merging all of these different functions, we'll save approximately $600,000. Those savings can be redeployed for more investments in other community services that this community desperately needs. But on top of that, this facility, where it's located, right in the heart, connected to the City Hall, right adjacent to the light rail line, it makes it more convenient for staff as well as other folks to actually occupy this space, making it more inviting to come into the police headquarters. So very, very thankful for that. And again, I can't thank you enough for having the wherewithal to invest the amount of resources that it's going to take to make this facility one of the best in the country. The other thing I would like to do before I turn it back over to John is I'd also like to acknowledge some other people who made this possible. And without them, this wouldn't have happened. So I'd like to acknowledge the City Engineer's Office, also the Police Department itself, the Public Works, Planning, Development, Finance and Budget and Research, who did all the numbers to make sure this thing actually penciled out so that we could actually pull it together. The Office of Arts and Culture, who will be responsible for doing Percent for Arts projects and maintaining some of that beautiful artwork that you see throughout this facility. Also, Jeremy Legg, Special Projects Administrator, I saw him floating around here somewhere. He'll be responsible for making sure that this project stays on track and stays on budget, which again, I'll be watching very closely. I also want to acknowledge Chief Consolian for the work that he does and will do on this facility as we move into it. And again, I also want to acknowledge again, Chief, you and your staff for the work that you're going to put into this facility and the care that you'll give it to make sure that it lasts for a really long time. And also, I want to acknowledge Police Administrator Jody Wolf, who's also instrumental in making sure this works. So again, I want to thank you all for coming, and I'm going to turn it back over to John. John?
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for your leadership. I also want to acknowledge District 8 Councilwoman Keisha Hodge-Washington, who has joined us. Thank you. Good morning. So in Councilman Robinson's remarks, he talked about the 620 facility. And one of the cool things about this new facility is that the space that you're in right now, this will be the community-facing side of the Phoenix Police Department in this facility. The current facility at 620 essentially has no opportunity for the department to engage with the community. So this will be a nice, wonderful space for more community engagement. So this actually concludes the speaking portion of our event. Next, we'll move to our photo op and official wall-breaking ceremony. Afterwards, some of our speakers will be available for media interviews. And I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you.
1